me why. It's cause I love it. Hey yo, we going out of control. Come on, I'm making bounce so hard, baby, I just can't help myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us back. Remember guys, if you have any questions about love tonight, please give us a call. We want you to reach out to us. You can reach us at 905-848-5483. And also too, if you do feel that the content of your call is, or question, or whatever it is that you're going through is confidential or is going to take time, then please do reach out to us. We do want to hear from you. You can contact the Love listeners at 1-844-471-5683, and we look forward to helping you and guiding you and listening to what is it that you are going through that you may be lacking. So we want to be there for you.
Absolutely.
So we touched a little bit on compatibility.
Yes.
And do you think that a relationship can last with just being two compatible people, or do you think that that would just turn into friends?
I think that would turn into friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you, I mean, make an effort for the chemistry to come back and you put that effort into it, but as soon as you stop putting that effort in, absolutely, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's just going to die, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
I really do feel like it does have to be such a good balance between the two. Because I think that that's sad too sometimes when you feel like you're so compatible with somebody, but it still like comes down to their personality. Like just what we were talking about when we went to break of there is so many different types of people suited for you or not suited for you. So it's like, it's hard to say, like, okay, if it's not this, then it's that, and if it's not that, then it's this. You really have to explore that person, and I feel like sometimes, too, we're like, should I give that person a chance? But it's more about giving yourself a chance.
Exactly.
You know, like, I feel like, especially, too, now in this day and age where, like, people are mainly online dating, it's like the search, the ongoing search, you know?
Yeah.
Like if this was many years ago before this came, it's like if you met somebody, you gave them everything you got because you didn't know when someone else would be coming around the corner because it's harder to meet people.
Swipe
Exactly.
Yeah, and now
Exactly.
it's like, also too, like just what we were saying about there's no value to someone's photo. Unfortunately, there's not as many people that look better in a picture than they do in person. Most people do look better in person. So to just be evaluating whether that person is for you or not off their photo that they have on their profile, I think is so hard
Especially
to determine.
for men too, because you know you can look good in a photo, but they can act totally. It's mannerisms, it's energy, it's the way they present themselves, it's the way they smell, it's the way they speak. You can see a photo of a very attractive guy and meet him in person, and he is not at all what you've expected. And it's just based on the way he presents himself, the way he holds himself, right?
Yeah, I remember years ago, I had a girlfriend that started a online kind of relationship with this guy, and oh man, was she duped. And they had this like beautiful phone relationship, and she was like, oh my gosh, like this is her person. And as soon as she showed up at the airport and picked him up, she called me and she was like, there's no way that I'm going to make it through the weekend. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And she said to him, like, what about the photo that you sent me? And he was like, yeah.
It's old.
No, I think it was his cousin. Like, I don't even think it was him.
It wasn't even him.
Yeah. And so, needless to say, the weekend was a downhill spiral. And she never talked to him ever again. So,
yikes.
Don't judge off of just a photo. And just like what we were saying before, if you do meet somebody and you don't see fireworks, that's okay. That could still be your person. And you need to explore that all the way through. Like, you know what we always say, Nicole, about riding it till the wheels come off? Like, you need to give yourself the opportunity to see how he is in public, how he is to the people he knows, and how he loves them, and how they love him.
Like you said, you're your representative, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying to be someone that he thinks you might like, and that may not be what you like or who he is. right?
Yeah, see
so
if
give it a
has-
chance.
He or she, they have friends. They have people that actually like them, that are not forced to like them through being related to them. You know, like
Dating's just so unnatural as it is. It's such an awkward experience. You have to give that person a few chances, I think, before you can make a decision if you like this
Absolutely.
person or not.
Yeah.
Unless there's a deal breaker right off the bat.
Right.
And you know, but
Yeah.
in every other
But more
there's
important
gonna
is to
be-
give yourself the chance.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to know, you have to say, okay, I'm going to give myself an opportunity to decide if I like you or not.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at it like the other way around.
Right.
I think a lot of
Well,
people kind of
Looking
go
at
in-
only the negatives.
Yeah,
and just,
exactly.
Okay, you don't check this box, so next.
Exactly.
Well, yes,
how it
exactly. That's what I said. That I wanted to bring up for sure is like before there was internet dating or self-serve matchmaking or anything like that. You never had a criteria. If a guy or a girl liked you and they approached you, you'd be like, you're gonna ride with it. You're gonna see like,
How it
okay,
goes.
Yeah.
you seem nice. I'm gonna give you a try. But now, the moment online dating or any matchmaking facility out there, they ask you right off the bat, okay, what do you want?
Yeah.
So now it's like, I'm gonna go this high. I'm gonna do this rich. I'm gonna do this and that. But like, who's to say that's your person?
Exactly.
It's kind of like, I was hearing on the news earlier that Chrissy Teigen and John Legend are now having their baby and they're actually choosing the sex of the baby. Right? It kind of goes, it's a similar circumstance.
Really?
Where
Yeah, it's
you're,
like
you're
everybody-
choosing eye color, hair color for
Really?
the person that you're going to be with is
Wow.
almost just as strange as choosing what your child will be, right? That's kind of the magic of it, and you could be missing out on the right guy because he doesn't have blue eyes.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
see what's so difficult too, right? Like, and I think that I don't want to bash online dating as well. I think that is still a great way to meet
absolutely.
somebody, and it's really about who you are and where you are in life. That's going. My girlfriends and I, we had a conversation the other night, and I was asking my girlfriend, "Oh, how's your friend? How's she doing, like in dating?" Because that's who I am. I love that stuff. And she was like, "Yeah, like she's on one of these websites." And my other girlfriend was like, "Oh, does that work?" And I was like, "Oh, sorry, could I just cut in this conversation for a second?" It's not about the service. It's about the person. And what is difficult is because now you are asked what you want and everybody goes for the top, you can't say that you're completely open on an
There's too many
online
people.
site because
Yeah.
there's thousands of people. So it would take you an eternity to go through everyone and be like, okay, no, 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 or yes, yes, yes. So I think that's certainly challenging,
Yeah.
right? But there is no such thing as a type. I think that there's certainly qualities that you can look for in a person, but those qualities should be what we're talking about, like how they act in public, who
Exactly.
loves them, that doesn't
How they
have
make
to.
you feel about yourself really should be the biggest one.
Yeah, how they treat you,
Yeah,
what
doesn't
they
matter what his
bring
job
out of
is.
you.
As long
Yeah.
as he takes care of you or she treats you well, then that's what should matter to you, right?
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
not about what they do or what they look like. Or
Absolutely.
as long as you're attracted to them, obviously that's important.
Yes, absolutely. Like, yeah, we're not saying have no criteria. Date somebody that you would like. There has to be some sort of comfortability that's going to continue to want you to get to know that person, right? But you do kind of have to keep an open mind. I don't think that there's just this like, because we have matched people at a very high level to the exact criteria that they wanted and came back and said, no, that person just wasn't for me. It's like, yeah, because it's not about like how tall and how much money they make and what school they went to. I had somebody specifically ask for a university. She wanted somebody to go to a specific university.
Wow.
It's like, what?
And that same
could
person can fall in love with someone high school educated and be blown away by that person.
100%.
Yeah.
Someone's level of education does not define who they are.
Right.
Because I see people very highly educated and they lack in a whole bunch of other areas because they had to focus so much on their education. And then sometimes they're lacking a little bit, and then you don't want to just be with somebody who is really book smart and
Nothing else.
it doesn't have anything else to entertain you. You know, once you talk about, okay, well, what do you do for a living and what I do for a living? Okay, you went to that school. Okay, and I went to this school. Okay, and now what?
Right.
Yeah.
right? So it's like those things, like we are always talking about evaluating the love, right?
Yeah.
And Nicole, like we always have these conversations because that's what we do. This is who we are. And we're always talking about once you establish that you have love for somebody, you now almost like put that to one side, and now we're stacking up the things that we do for one another
Yeah.
to show the love.
Right.
Okay, so so you pick up the kids and throw out the garbage. Well, I do the laundry. I cook. I clean. I this and that. And then it's like now you're both evaluating. We talk to people all the time about that. I had just had a conversation.
Team, not a competition.
Yeah, I just had a conversation with somebody not long ago, a client that is newly separated, and he gave that to me as like, I did so much in the relationship. I went to school with the kids. I mowed the lawn. I gardened. I did all of that.
Yeah.
And then I said, yeah, but you didn't mention anything about loving her.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, and that is, and just like what we were talking about last episode, Nicole, about having a relationship and like nurturing it and watering it and like taking care of it. Because whether or not you have love at first sight or it takes a relationship to build over time, you constantly need to be working on it. I was sharing with these ladies a funny story about my neighbor, and she is endlessly working on her garden. And my husband and I are always like, oh man, she has like the best grass and the best flowers, but she is like tirelessly working at it. She like waters her grass at a specific time of day, and she's like out there all the time with her like tools and all of that. We don't do that. So our lawn doesn't look as good as hers. We're working on it though. But you know, that it goes the same in a relationship, right? You have to care for it, take care of it, water it, love it, nurture it, so it can be beautiful.
Exactly.
Just in comparison to what you were kind of saying on touching on compatibility versus chemistry and the garden, I was thinking that the dirt of the flower is kind of like the compatibility, the foundation, and the water is the chemistry that keeps it alive and keeps it
Absolutely.
growing. And the flower can still last without the water for a bit, but eventually it will die. So you do have to water it.
Amazing analogy.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I feel and that's like, you know, it's so easy and beautiful to say, but in actuality it is difficult when you're dealing with stressful jobs, kids, life. You might be going through things in your relationship that stand in the way, and you forget to water it.
Exactly.
Because there's other things that are more pressing. So again, guys, feel free to reach us at any time tonight if you have any love questions. 905-848-5483. See you soon.